Welcome everybody to episode 327 of the effing title. I'm Big Husky.
And I'm DeNutte.
And we are back once again. Hi, bro.
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
So, as you guys know from last week's episode, and if you didn't watch last week's episode, go watch last week's
Tron.
episode. Went and hung out with DeNutte recently. Went down there, spent the weekend with him.
We went and saw Tron Ares, and then while we're just chilling at my house, we're like, oh, let's throw something on. We watched an episode of Ted Lasso. Husky's never seen Ted Lasso. I wanted to give him some culture, some of his culture. And then I was like, I saw this. I was just going through Netflix. I saw this Boots thing. Boots. It's the only way you can say it. And I was like, oh, it's about a kid going through boot camp. Seems kind of nerdy. Didn't know anything about it. Threw it on. Like, we're like, this kid's gay, right? And then it came out.
Yeah.
And we're like, and we watched the first episode. And I look over, and Husky's just like, and I was like, I'm like, did I ruin his night watching this show? Like, did I make him just watch this boot camp show? And he's like, throw another episode.
Yeah. No, I was exhausted from the day, and then also just fully locked into the first episode. It's like, let's do another one. Let's do another. And then we literally, in between doing all the other shit that we were doing during the weekend, we binge watched an entire season of a show. So.
And they're 8 1-hour episodes. It wasn't a quick. It's not like it's a quick watch, but not for like we're literally up here hanging out. We could have been playing Magic that whole time or doing something.
Exactly.
Boots.
Instead, it's like, let's watch Boots. And it's funny, because like, not only did we finish watching this, we also technically kind of started another one that we both were like, this is really good. And I don't know if you finished watching it or not.
The
one on
the
Apple,
plane show.
Yeah, the plane show. Yeah, Apple Plus. Yeah,
so it just came out with another episode. I watched. They had 2 episodes, and they just came out with another episode Friday. I haven't watched that one yet.
Okay. And I was gonna say we watched the first episode, and I was like, wow.
And I cannot remember the name of that show.
Plane show in Alaska with villains, with criminals.
It's Con Air in Alaska.
Yeah, basically.
But they're not good people.
Yeah. And it was good. It was good. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking about Boots today. Boots. So this is so first off, before we do anything, as always, what are you giving it?
Solid. I would give it like a 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go 8. I'll go 8.
Yeah. I feel like I've been getting a lot of high scores lately, but
yeah.
It's good.
But that's the thing, is like we've been given a lot of high scores recently, but then at the same time, like you think about what we've been doing. It's like we did Thunderbolts, because I finally saw that fantastic movie. We did Velocipaster, just a hilarious.
Oh, sorry, I didn't give a high one for Velocipaster.
Yeah, no, but still, I mean, I did. Like I gave it a 7.
Yeah, you did.
But like still, just it's as soon as you fully understand, it's just a stupid movie.
Yeah,
it changes. Like it's gonna change the way you Then we did Tron Ares, which we both loved, and then Boots, which like we said a minute ago, we watched the entire thing in a single weekend. Like,
yeah, we were locked in.
Yeah, while also going to see another movie, going to get pizza, beer at a golf resort, and going and bowling. Which, by the way, my hip still is killing me. By the way,
bowling gets you.
Oh yeah, it's got me all right.
You're not in bowling shape. That's what we always joke about. Like. We bring people and they're like tired in the first game. They're like, just not in bowling shape, dude.
Yeah, no, having drinks before, having pizza before, and then having drinks during and pizza during completely took all the pain away.
Usually it's not that bad.
Oh, it was a fun weekend, but all of that in my body was like, there's no issue with you right now. Don't worry about it.
It's just sludge and it's all carbs. Like, yeah, it was good.
Yeah, so Boots. Like I said, I'm gonna give it an 8 I'm gonna do it for a series. It's an 8.
Yeah.
For an entertainment thing, I would give it like a 7. Because I don't know if I'd watch it again, but it was a fantastic.
Because it's not. It's like there are plenty of moments that are very funny, but it's like has a pretty serious tone overall. Because it's like boot camp's not like a funny thing, and neither of us have gone to boot camp. We have had some like reflection to ROTC, like a very, not just like a normal college ROTC, a very like rigid ROTC.
Yeah, from us being from Norwich University.
Yeah, even me being there for a year, I get it. Like,
and that's the thing. It's a very, because I've been seeing it. It's categorized as a military comedy drama, but I've been seeing a lot of people calling it, and I've never heard this before, and it could just be the fact.
Dramedy?
Yeah, dramedy. And I'm seeing that, like, that's a weird, I don't like that. Like, but it makes sense though. But again, because it leans more heavily on the drama than it does the comedy.
So like Ted Lasso, you would call that a comedy drama because it's comedy with drama. This is a drama with comedy.
Yes. There's comedic
like Funny
moments.
People. I always go to Funny People. Funny People is like a very serious movie with a lot of funny moments, but it's like overall it's a serious movie.
Yeah, which this is. I mean, this is also based off of a true story or true story.
It's a loose. It is not pink. The pink boot. Pink boots.
The Pink Marine.
The Pink Marine
by Greg Cope White.
A gay Marine hiding his homosexuality in 1979 boot camp.
The series, though, on Netflix is not 1979. The series in Netflix is 1990.
I think that was a good choice because it's like coming out now in 2025. You want something. It's not modern, but it's more modern to the viewers than it would be like a 1979. Because you gotta think like that's like right after the Vietnam. A lot of those people are getting older. They're probably not going to want to watch a show about a gay Marine. Even like I mentioned this show to my girlfriend's dad, who was a Marine in the 80s and 90s, and I mentioned it to him, and he's like, ugh. Like
I've mentioned it to a couple people, and they've kind of given the same like what? That's like it's like I'm just
yeah. I kind of knew I was going to get that response from him, but I was like, it's very good. And I actually think like he would like it because I think this, like the story was a lot about him, but the story was about boot camp.
Yes.
And like, it didn't make light of boot camp. It didn't make fun of boot camp. The whole thing was like him becoming a man. And that's like his whole inner dialogue which was a big part of the show, was him like, am I going to become a man? Am I going to lose this side of me that I've had forever, which is like my hidden gay? Like, I'm sorry if I say anything wrong during this, but like we both loved and respected the show. It's not anything. If we say anything, it's not.
It's gonna be like, no matter how we were to talk about this movie or what we're gonna say, no matter what, I feel like something probably will come off negatively in like a certain way, just because like. It's kind of the world we live in.
Two cisgendered men,
yeah, like
who loved this show.
Yeah, it's like so, like right here, like on Wikipedia, straight off the rip premise. In the 1990s, Cameron Cope, who is the main character,
which just is a great name. I don't know why, just Cope.
A closeted gay American teenager impulsively follows his best friend Ray McAfee into the United States Marine Corps, and that's the premise of the show. So like, no matter what, it's like. We're gonna be bringing it up. We're gonna be saying it. It's an awkward one to an extent because like what DeNutte said, we both loved the show. We thought it was fantastic, and it was very interesting how they did it because it wasn't a beat you in the face thing.
So,
it wasn't up like behind. Like,
a lot of people are like uncomfortable because they're like, I don't want it forced upon me. I'm like, this. It really just shows what it is like, especially in the 90s, like what it is being gay. It wasn't like we're forced, like dude just wants to exist, and like people don't want that.
Yeah, I would say it's more leaning on the, like you said, the boot camp experience, like what it was like in boot camp, like that sort of thing. But it just had that undertone of, by the way.
I'm committing a felony being here.
This kid's also gay. Like,
yeah. It's like, yeah, he's like, which is like, if you think about it, like, I don't know, because we're so, I don't know, things are weird now, but like, it's such like a crazy thing to think back that like fighting for your country could just be a felony because of like who he is and not for what he does.
Exactly. Yeah. Because of the person, because of who he is as a person versus what he's able to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so let's go through it like we normally do, right? We go through it and we kind of just bounce around between stuff. I'll bring up music first, just because I genuinely, to be honest with you, there's only a couple songs like that I remember. Other than that, it was just a typical musical like kind of like a Netflix like series.
Very 90s heavy music.
Yeah.
And a lot of it didn't. So that's actually something. I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something that I really enjoyed about this.
Okay, good.
Because it would be very heavy moments, and then they would play like a very like upbeat 90s song while he's like just like emotionally wrecked standing there, and they just play this like very happy upbeat 90s song.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't. For me, I don't remember a whole lot of the music to an aspect.
I don't either.
Like it wasn't.
But a lot
like
of it I'd never heard, but like clearly, it's like, yeah, this is there's no mistake. This is like a 90s song.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that it's from that, like that certain genre.
They did play. I did think of like an oopsie. They did play like a Kurt Cobain song. One of my Nirvana. They played a Nirvana song, and I don't think the song was out at that time.
Oh, okay.
But like again, it fits to the 90s.
Yeah, it's one of those things where a little bit of creative liberties being taken.
I think they played "There's Something in the Way."
Oh yeah, they may have actually. Now that you're saying that.
That's the one song you remember.
So then let's go to the acting from everyone. What like?
I think so. I wouldn't call the acting bad, but I loved that every person in the show was their own like distinct character.
Yes, there was a lot of, I don't want to say stereotypes because that's going to sound bad but there was a lot of just stereotypical kind of. There was the fat kid. There was kind of the bully. There was the troublemaker. There was the guy that like he's only there because he wants to kill people. And like he's a psychopath, you know.
But I think that is what you get in the Marines. You get like
get the melding
you get
pot.
like, and the kind of the dregs. I don't want to offend anyone about that, but like one of the guys was there because he was going to go. Is that or prison?
Yeah.
And like at first you're like, oh yeah, he's just saying that, and he's like, no, he's like, if I fail out here, I go away for 5 years.
Yeah, because there was at one point that like, by the way, if he fails, then you fail. And then it's like at that point we're like, oh, okay, cool. So they're adding some tension between these guys that are kind of button heads. But then like he's like, look, dude, if you fail, I'm going back to jail. And the kid's just kind of like, okay, like why does that do to me? You know,
yeah. So you have the criminal paired with the kid who's going to Howard, and he's trying to pad his resume because he wants to be a politician.
Yeah. So it's like it's fantastic with that sort of aspect of it. But like, yeah, I would agree. The acting it wasn't the best, but it also wasn't so bad that you're like, oh, this is not good. A lot of it just kind of was like what we were saying, kind of the stereotypical, like this kid acts like this kid acts like this kid, like the best friend Ray, he kind of like he went and he did the Air Force boot camp.
He went to the Air Force Academy.
Yeah, and it was like, that was too easy, so I'm going to go do the Marines. And it's like, you can tell that he's kind of the kind of the snobby kind of like, yeah, you know, I can do this. I can, you know, I'm the cool kid.
Everything has to be perfect. And I like that storyline of him where like he had to be perfect, so he shut down. We all know people like that.
Yeah, there was a lot of relativity. And probably just made that word up, but with a lot of the characters, and like you at least one person within the group, you're like, oh, I know that guy, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's one of the kids that the entire time all he's doing is talking about his girl. I can't wait to get out. I can't wait to go see my girl. I love my girl.
So
oh my gosh. Like that's all it was. The whole thing was like making her proud, going to see her, that he loves her. He can't wait, like that sort of thing. You know? Ray being the guy that's just like perfect. Everything's perfect. And when he wasn't, just a complete meltdown. The bully who literally just doesn't care. He's the top dog. He's just gonna beat, out bully everybody. The funny one, really, with us that we kind of found funny was the brothers.
So I'm looking it up, and I was trying to see if they actually are brothers. I can't find. I found the jacked one, but I can't find the other one on IMDb.
I was gonna say, what was the jacked one's like last name in the show?
Bowman.
Bowman. So Cody Bowman, Brandon Tyler Moore. So is there another Bowman? I'm not seeing it. Oh, John Bowman, Blake Burke. So no, they were not. But like there's two brothers join in. One of them's a fat kid, and one of them's just an absolute.
So I'm looking. I think they have it mislabeled because I'm looking at Blake Burt, and that's not him.
Well, let me take a look. Blake Burt.
He's like this. He's a skinny kid. Unless he got big.
I think he got big.
Think so?
Like there's an Instagram. Yeah, 100%.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Nope, that is him. Wow. Okay. All right. He put on probably 150 pounds between those pictures. All right. Never mind. I take it back.
Well, then there's a picture of them at like it looks like it might be like in Times Square. There's a picture of like the Bowman brothers, and like they actually look like brothers to an extent.
They do. Well, like even in the show, they look like brothers.
Yeah.
Are they in this picture? No, they're not in that picture.
I was gonna say if they are. Oh, actually, it's still.
Oh, they're the top. They're in the top picture, top left.
Very top left. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like the acting wasn't the best. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't
bad. No, it wasn't
good.
bad.
But it wasn't like there was no like oh my god, this acting from this guy was like, you know.
There's a couple, like I think the sergeant I was very impressed with him. Sergeant Knox. Knox, yeah.
Zach Royrig. That's wild.
I thought
it's funny seeing some of the pictures of some of these guys, and then like thinking about the show we just watched, and like it's just like some of them don't like it doesn't add up. Like,
but you know what? That's like kind of what happens when you go to boot camp, right? You've seen like you look so like my girlfriend's family. Her dad's side, they were all in the Marines, and looking at their like pictures, like her uncle, like his picture is like that. You're like, I can't believe that's him.
Yeah. I mean, like from the very first time you see, the main character Cameron Cope, he's got like scraggly hair and all this, and then as soon as they buzz his head, it's like it doesn't even look the kid doesn't look anywhere close to being the same. You know,
so I was talking to my friend. I told him it was a good show. We just watched the whole thing in a weekend, and he's like, oh, it's the kid from my 13th Reason or whatever it is. Cameron Cope was one of the main characters in that show.
Oh, okay.
So I think it only makes sense to pull a Netflix actor to another Netflix show.
Yeah, right.
Because he's proven on Netflix. But I guess he was on that.
But so the action was okay. What'd you think about like pacing and stuff? Let's go there first.
You know,
let's go to that part now.
It's tough because like, I thought pacing was fine.
Mm-hmm.
You got to think like, it's all takes place in boot camp. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's look at another like former military movie about boot camp. Let's go to Full Metal Jacket, which they reference in this movie a few times. Mm-hmm. That movie itself feels like two movies. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
A long time ago, so it's very
long time ago. So like
very shady,
that movie, it feels
amazing.
Like literally to me. I've seen it a couple times. It feels like two movies. You have the boot camp movie, and then you have the Vietnam movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And so like this is only boot camp. Boot camp, I think, is 12 weeks.
How long is Marine boot camp? Approximately 13 weeks. So yeah.
13 weeks. Yep. Okay, so you gotta think. You have to break up a 13-week program down into 8 episodes or 7 episodes.
And it's like I'm looking at it now. So it's like week 1 through 4 is phase 1. Phase 1 is the transition from civilian to recruit, including physical training, martial arts, and classes on Marine Corps history and first aid. Phase 2 shifts the focus to combat skills, with recruits heading to training areas for marksmanship and close combat training. Phase 3 is 10 through 13, where they return to the depot for final training, which includes swim qualifications, drill, physical, academic testing, and final inspections. So now it's like funny, because it's like funny in a weird way of saying this, but like reading this, like this is what boot camp is. It is this. They actually, now that I'm going to say this, they did a fantastic job breaking this down.
Yeah, and so other than holding your hand, saying like it's this, then this, then this, it's like it would always tell you when they were into a new phase.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, it would be like, this is now we're doing this, but like not in like it didn't hold your hand.
Yeah, it wasn't like this
But
is now week. This is now week 5. Like big,
Yeah.
a big like week 5 shows up, and then they go.
Didn't do that, and I like
None of
that. Some things I do like. So like actually, it's funny. I started watching Sisu last night,
Sisu.
and I don't know if you have seen that.
No, but I know what Sisu is. Sisu.
So yeah, so it's like it does chapters, and in the 20 minutes into the movie, we're already in chapter 3. So it's like gold, the Nazis. You know, so it just was. So sometimes it can be used for a funny effect like that. But this, I'm glad they didn't do anything like that.
If I remember correctly, which I mean I should, the Snyder Cut does chapters.
I think, yeah, for Rebel Moon did chapters.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, Snyder Cut did like Don't Count on It, Batman, The Age of Heroes, Beloved Mother, Beloved Son, Change Machine, All the King's Horses, Something Darker. Like so it was like it was broken down. So like it could because I think side thing here, but because I think at one point they were like when they were releasing it, it wasn't sure if they were going to release it as a full like the long movie or if they were going to do it in episodes. And that's why they did that. But then also it gives people that thing of like, okay, well, we can watch episodes 1 and 2, like that sort of thing tonight. And then we'll come back and watch this. Because like, I know I told John to do that. And John did it and was like, that was perfect. Like that.
Yeah.
Breaking it down like that was great. But, yeah, no, so like, yeah, for this, like now that I looked at that, it's even better. Like I genuinely thought the pacing was good. Because it's
there are things that were long.
Yes, there were moments or parts that were a little bit dragged out to an extent.
Yeah.
But overall, though,
you could make that argument. Like you have Sergeant Knox, you have Cope.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one thing is like I do remember the names of this show because it was very ingrained to you.
Yes.
There were moments where like there was stuff between them that felt long, but like that was all for the story.
And we might be talking about Sullivan, not
Sullivan.
Knox. Sullivan was the one that got the redhead, the one that comes
Sullivan.
in.
Sorry, Sullivan.
Yeah, Sullivan. Yeah, Knox was the one that was there with.
He got kicked out.
No, he was the one at the very beginning that like on the bus that's like, you get off my bus and you get in there, and he's the third guy. So there's the main one, there's Sullivan, and then there's him.
So no, I think Knox was the one that beat up Ray because he's Asian.
Was that him? Was that?
And then so we have Howitt, who is there the whole time. We have the main one. We have McKinnon, Staff Sergeant.
Yes, so Staff Sergeant McKinnon is the main one.
The main DI, and then we have Howitt, who is the one that's there the whole time, and we have Sullivan to come in. Knox, yes. So when they wanted to fight against Knox's platoon, that's right. When they
so I'm wrong. Yeah, so I was thinking of.
I was saying Knox all the time.
Yeah. Okay. So continue. Sorry.
So Sullivan. So I said Knox earlier. Sullivan, I thought his acting was probably the best throughout the show.
Yes, he very much was able to convey a lot of the different emotions, but then also show just kind of like how much that secret weighed on him throughout the whole thing. And yeah, I would say as well that other than him, I think actually, I'll say this. I think that the best acting in this was Sullivan's, was McKinnon, and was Howitt. The three main sergeants. I think their acting was the best out of the whole thing. Because it was one of those things where
even the captain, I can't.
Captain Denise,
Fernando. Ferrando. Watching that.
Yeah. I'm looking at it. I still don't. I'm literally looking right at it. I have no clue. But yeah, now that I think about it, yeah, those were probably the best. Acting chop wise, that was the best. Which, I mean, we're talking about the adults of the group, basically. It's like unless we have some phenomenal unknown here, they should be right.
Because they weren't in a way. Sullivan, I guess in a way they weren't characters. And I don't know how else to put that. You didn't get a lot of their you can get a lot of their backstory, like the what how it. We didn't get anything. We don't know anything about him other than him being a drill instructor.
Yeah.
McKinnon, we got a little of his back life, him with his family, which you're like, that's a very different person. Like and then Sullivan, we got a ton.
Yeah.
Well, you actually think about it, we only have the backstory for a few characters. We have Cope.
Yep.
We have Ray.
Yep.
Sullivan, and a little bit of McKinnon.
A lot of the backstory for characters was like a flashback that happened during a moment.
Yeah.
Or it was like the actual lines of like, oh, well, this is my third time doing this, and I have to. If I don't do it now, I'm not gonna be able to do it. Or like what we were saying, it's like, well, if I can't go back to jail. It was a lot of just line things more than it was just like straight up like, here it is. This is the backstory. Yeah. Which I kind of liked because it did add a little bit of mystery and intrigue to some of the characters.
It added layers without doing a Family Guy flashback.
Yeah, exactly. Without spoon feeding us, like, you know.
Vera Farmiga, I forgot we didn't even mention her, the Cameron Cope's mom.
Yes.
Big actress, Insidious. Yeah, hot older lady. There's a Paul Fast and Furious Paul Walker movie called Running Scared, where he was like an undercover cop, and she was his wife in the movie. And I was like, man, she's so hot. And I was probably like 13. And I was like, she's so hot.
Well, like in this, she hooks up with Brett Dalton is his name, and he's from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
There was another,
and I thought we'd see more of him.
Yeah, it was funny because like he showed up and immediately I'm like, that's that guy. That's and like we're kind of just like bullshit talking about it at this point. And it's like, that's the dude from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He showed up that one episode, never showed up again.
No, he showed up one more time. He hooked up with the mom and then was like, actually did like a good thing, was like, you should go to the support group to help you deal with this. Like, cause like you're having a hard time. You can't like stress out and freak out. You should go to this. You should go talk to people that are going through what you're going through, and that spawned a whole crazy story in itself. So the mom went to the support group for people who have sons and daughters in the Marines, and she showed up the support group. And her being selfish, so like part of the story is that like Cope needs to get away from his mom. He doesn't have a dad. You don't actually ever hear about the dad.
No,
I don't think they ever. No,
it's not that I remember anyway.
They never mentioned the dad, not like non-existent dad. Whether it sounds like mom just was like the mom's kind of person. She'll go somewhere for a couple months and then she'll like rack up debts and like enemies, and then they'll run away to somewhere else. Because she said he's been in like 14 schools. They've moved 14 times, 12 or 14 times. It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was one of those things where it's like he like basically was a military brat without being a military brat is what it sounded like.
Exactly.
But it's just his mom was just a scam artist. It sounds more like
she's a scammer. Yeah, exactly. Perfect way. And so she goes to this military support group, and she's like, Cameron was literally like, I'm going to boot camp, and she's like, yeah, whatever. When you come home, bring home milk. And then a couple days later, she's like, have you seen your brother? And he's like, no. He's like, I don't know where he is. And then she like has this realization. She's like, oh, he said he's going to boot camp. So then she goes to accost the recruiter. And then she goes to this support group, and she's like, he's left me. I'm never going to have my baby boy again. And obviously when she says that at a support group, they're like, oh, he died.
Oh,
because it's not like he died. And then she turns that into a selling makeup to everyone thing.
Yeah, which was hilarious. Also, just because now I remember it, Landon Ashworth is in this. He's one of the instructors for when they're doing the shooting range stuff. And he's a TikToker that I know that I've seen that does like he golf stuff, and he has a kid, and his kid is just him, just doing baby voices, sort of thing. But like, it's one of those things. Like, I've seen him. I love his.
I remember you saying that. I had never.
I love his stuff, and I wanted to look it up real quick. So, because he's not on anything. It doesn't say he's even in the movie, but I know that he is because I like.
I saw him. Yeah.
But no. So yeah. So well. Where are we at? We're talking about the flow of the movie, the flow of the show. The other thing, and this is one of the last things I say on this one. I thought it was also because they were in the barracks. Shocking, military movie in the barracks. Because they were in the barracks.
A lot.
It felt very continuous to the point where, like, that's why I think the flow worked so well, was because there was always the consistency of the barracks, and then they would leave every now and then, and they would come back. They'd leave every
which
now
I
and then
think
and
is
come back.
Part of the military. I think that's like the whole. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, as two people in the military, if you watch this in your military, you're definitely going to have some nitpicks about they wouldn't do this.
That's not how they do that.
Yeah,
they wouldn't do that. Yeah.
I think like it had a very. I don't know. I thought they did great, and I guess maybe one thing I could say is that like everyone was always talking, and I don't know if you can get away with that as much at boot camp. Everyone they were always playing grab ass and shooting the shit. Grab fanny.
Yeah. It's funny because like I'm looking here right now. And like it's one of those things where let's see here. Rotten Tomatoes, 30 critics. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 93.
Yeah.
They said that Miles Heisler, who's the main character, Cameron Cope.
Okay.
Terrific performance, has the right stuff in boots, a likable dramedy that explores masculinity and queerness to powerful effect. USA Today, Kelly Lawler calls the show a sweet and funny new dramedy, the hidden gem TV show of the year. She goes on to write, made of heart and soul, a military dramedy that eschews tired boot camp tropes and wooden stereotypical characters for a cast of complex and misunderstood individuals, which I think that final part right there, I think is perfect, a perfect write-up for this.
I like the masculinity thing because that was his inner thing. Is like, can I be a man and still be gay? Like, is it because everything I've been told my whole life is like, if you're gay, you're not like a man.
Nadini Balal from Roger Egbert was critical of the show, saying the flaws in Boots arise from two different creative decisions. And he goes on to say that the show is an oversimplification of what military life was and is actually like for queer service members, despite the creator's best intentions.
I don't know. I thought it showed it being pretty damn hard.
Yeah, right. There was nothing
very simple to me.
Yeah, there was nothing about this. Like the only thing, like maybe it's just the fact of like, oh well, it's this. Like it's just you just have to do this. You just have to do like maybe that.
Yeah.
But like it's one of those things. Like and then of course it's funny because like the very last thing on the Wikipedia page says controversy, and then it gets into political stuff. So I'm not going to bring that one up. But yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, right. Welcome to America 2025. But let's see. We went over music, we went over characters and acting, we went over kind of the main. No, we actually didn't really talk about the main story. I guess we just talked about the flow. So the show starts off with Ray and his friend Cam talking, and Ray's like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this during the summer, and Cam's like,
I take that as Ray's a year older.
That's what I would assume.
They didn't explicitly say that, but Cameron just graduated high school. Ray wasn't with him at all in high school because so Cam was again, like we said, he moved a bunch of times. So like he was always the new kid. Mm-hmm. He's not weird, but like like a homophobic kid in the 90s, he is weird because you're like, something's off about him.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, of course, we're not gonna say them, but there's a
lot of F words.
Yes, a lot of that being dropped in it, and it's like, oh, like, and I'm not gonna lie, it was when they.
It's kind of jarring to hear that because we grew up in the 90s, we heard it a lot. Mm-hmm. Everyone said it, like it's like you can't. Like in the 90s especially. Yes. And like and then to go from to hear it now, like I heard people saying it the other day and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, there's funny because like there's certain ones like that where it's like it's just not said that much anymore. People just kind of don't say it, but like if people say it just right and put that like so like almost like that inflection to it, and it's like
yeah. Like when they said it to him, like I felt it. I was like, oh my god. It's like Yeah. It was. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know if I'm coming up. It's just was heavy
Yes,
when they
it
used
was,
the word.
Yeah, it was one of those things. Like it hit. It was one of those things. And I think that's probably more of what it was. Was more. It was used as that sort of like ooh, sort of like almost like shock value to an extent, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so like they're talking. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to Marine boot camp, and Cameron just kind of hears summer and camp, and he's like, woo.
It's camp.
It's camp.
He's like, I can get out. He's like, I can't afford college. What am I going to do? Move around with my mom forever? Yeah. He said exactly where they were going to move, and I thought that was funny.
I did like like at one point he's like, I thought it was just going to be getting muddy and getting some mosquito bites or some bug bites. That was his whole thing. He's like, I thought when you said hard, I thought you meant like being covered in mud and getting bug bites. And I'm kind of sitting there, it's like. That's not even like
that scene, the first scene when they're like the very first night of boot camp. He's like, I need to leave, and he's like, this is the first night. We have 13 weeks, and he went.
He's like, we've only been here for one day.
Yeah, like that. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
So it is nice. He like went to boot camp with his friend, and that's caused a lot of problems. Body system, and I do, one thing that made me super laugh about the show is that like, so Cope is gay, but he's never been with someone because it's like a time where it's like hard to find someone, and I forget where they were from.
I don't know if it actually told us, to be honest with you.
But I imagine, so they're somewhere east of the Mississippi because they went to Parris Island.
Yes.
And so there's two Marine Corps.
Mom was close enough to be able to get there, sort of thing.
Yeah, so there are two. I don't know if there's two boot camps for the Marine Corps. Mm-hmm. One is in Parris Island, South Carolina, and the other is in California.
Okay, so we'll just say somewhere like let's just assume that it's in South Carolina then. Like
yeah, so it's in that somewhere in that range. They definitely at the beginning they were definitely on like the ocean at one point. But yeah, so. I don't know. It's the whole. I loved. So what I was going to say. Sorry. There's two other gay characters in the show. Mm-hmm. In boot camp. One is Sullivan, and later on they get Jones from the Crip platoon. That's what they called it, the Cripple platoon, and Jones and Sullivan have an all-time gaydar.
Yes.
They looked at Cope and then right away they're like. This gay right here.
You
like Sullivan walked in the room, very first time meeting him. He walks right up to him and he's like,
and it's funny because like when he first comes in, and Sullivan comes in and he's like immediately like DeNutte said immediately he's just like bang like there and it's an immediate target thing though and like
so they had Knox who beat up Ray for being Asian.
Yep.
It was like very clearly racist, which some people might have a problem with. They're like, no one's racist. And you're like, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. And so they're like, oh, we got rid of him. We're going to get someone else. It's not going to be as bad. Right away, it's like Cope's worst nightmare.
Yeah. It goes from just being like a racist to like, oh shit.
Well, actually, at first it's like It doesn't tell you that Sullivan's gay right away. Yeah, no. You're like, maybe he hates gays, and then you get more and more of the story, and you're like, oh no, he's gay too.
Yeah, you kind of like at first it's one of those things like, oh, he's just targeting him, and it's like, wait, does he know it, and that's why he's doing like targeting him? And then like DeNutte said, then and suddenly like it's like I forgot what exactly the moment is, but there's a moment that happens, and you're like, oh no, it's just like, oh okay, it's the like, and it turns from
the for sure moment is he gets the letter from Guam, and they're like, NCIS is poking around, watch your back.
Yeah. And it goes from being like he's targeting him to more of almost like a mentor, like, I need to get you mentally ready because you can't be going through the shit that I'm going through, almost sort of thing. Like, you got to be better than me, almost.
And also, like, Sullivan's not just like a run-of-the-mill Marine. He's a recon Marine, which at the time was like the most elite, still is considered probably one of the most elite units in the Marine Corps. Marine Corps doesn't really, again, talking about someone we're not in the military. Like, they are like the de facto almost special forces, the Marines. They have their own Marzlock Marines now, but that came in sometime in the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. So at this time, like, recon Marines. Like they've been shown a lot. Like, do you ever see the Pacific?
Yes.
So they were recon Marines.
Oh, okay.
That was about those. And then again, HBO, another Generation Kill was about recon Marines during the invasion of Iraq. So they're like the like fighting force of the Marine Corps.
Yes, and and we kind of talked about it with going through the different phases. That's the whole, that's the show to an extent. Like, there's no real, it goes through the different phases that they're in, each one of the different weeks, the different trials and tribulations that it mainly follows Cope. But I will say this. I give the director and the writers this major props, because they had an entire platoon of people, and you knew about basically every one of them. And every one of them got their chance to shine, or got their chance to be a part of it. And of course, there's a couple characters that obviously weren't. But
we did get a backstory for 2 other characters, the brothers.
Yes,
actually, we missed that one.
There was a flashback for them. Yeah,
we did get a couple flashbacks for them. Mm-hmm. So there's a set of 2 brothers, twin brothers. One was fat, one was jacked, and they were like, the jacked one was going to join the Marines. So the dad was hard on them. Crazy dad would beat them up. Would ignore the fat son, so he just kept getting fatter and sad. So he joined the Marines because he's like, I'm going to be a man. I'm doing this not with you, but in spite of you. Mm-hmm. And so that was like a whole fighting thing. Like, even like this big scene was like, again, you have the picture up here with the 2 of them, and then you have the one right below it, the pull-up bar. Well, actually, that's the jacked one. He's just huge. A pull-up scene was a big thing, and then like they did an obstacle course. He's like, today I'm going to beat my brother, and then he falls and messes himself up. So you're like, we don't know what's going to happen to him. He disappeared for many episodes. We didn't know if he washed out of boot camp, but he was just in the cripple platoon.
Mm-hmm. And then one of the big kind of, I will say this, there was, other than like the twist, I guess, of Sullivan.
Yeah.
Like other than that, there was only one other big twist. And I don't even think it was big. I don't even think you could consider it a big twist. It's just a big, just kind of like, oh shit moment, because the episode starts with like I'm gonna start CPR. You go call the,
Oh,
you go,
yes.
Like that whole episode was just kind of like, it's like
we kept talking. We're like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? So, they had their rifle qualifications, which is a big part of boot camp. Like that's like their first. So Marines don't wear a lot of like medals. They don't wear a lot of stuff. Like Army, they display everything. Marines have very few things to display. And one of them is like your rifle score. And there's 3 rifle scores. And at the end of rifle qualifications, whoever got the highest score, they got a call home. And it was like this thing, like you can't call anyone while you're there. It's like the first time they've given anyone any sort of freedom. And if you win, you can call home. Yeah. So this character, Ochoa, who is like this real sappy guy. He's the one that's like the whole time he's like, I can't wait to get home to my wife. I love her so much.
Do you think she's gonna love me even more now though when I become a Marine? Like, I love her so like. Oh,
and it's funny because he was probably the most like effeminate, like sensitive of everyone there, and he was just. But it's like all about his wife. So like the whole time they're doing like going into rifle qualifications, he's trying to bribe people. He's like, what can I do if you win? Because he's going to everyone who he thinks is going to win. He's like, what can I give you to let me make this call? Like, I need to call home. I need to call my wife. And then once they get to it, he's like a killer. He's
he's knocking it out of the park. Just absolutely just bang.
And then
bang.
How it's like, oh my God, we got a killer in you. You're going to be a sniper. He's like, I don't want to be a sniper.
And like the funny thing as well is that like up until this point, Ochoa's character has been like kind of like effeminate for his wife, very like, oh my God, I love my wife, kind of sappy, and like everyone's just kind of pushed him to the side. Like he's just kind of been like okay, dude, yeah, whatever, like get out of here.
What? Yeah, like I don't want to hear about your wife.
I'm a Marine, like that sort of thing, character-wise. And then like this happens, and it's like,
and he's like, Cope was like, dude, get away from me.
Yeah. And then but then this happens, and he's like, he's killing it, and everyone's kind of like, dude, are you like a genius? Yeah, like,
and they're like, yeah, dude. And so this episode we start, and they're doing CPR on someone, and like we're like, what happened? And then we're going more and more, and we're like, oh, he's gonna win. this call's going to be bad, or like, is he going to kill himself? Is he going to do like Full Metal Alchemist? Not Full Metal Alchemist, Full Jacket. And then the call goes home. A guy answered, and the girl goes, "Babe, who is it?" And she answers, and she's like, "I want to say Gloria." Gloria. Yeah.
Something like that, because it was some sort of like old timey name that we made fun of real quick.
And like she was like, "Oh no," and she hung up. So he's like, "Oh, she's cheating on me." So he walks out all pissed off. The rest of the squad's watching Ghostbusters 2?
Yeah, Ghostbusters 2. Yeah.
Ghostbusters 2, which is very funny. Yeah. And they're all sitting on the floor, crisscross applesauce, watching this movie together. And he comes out and he's all pissed. And Howard, who at this point was like being pretty nice to him, this guy tells him to go screw and like starts yelling at the drill instructor, which is woof. So he started making him do up downs and burpees and stuff, and he starts doing it and he's freaking out and he's like going overboard, he's yelling and he's like doing like he's being hardcore. He's like, I'm a man now. Like,
yeah,
he's
like reciting like pledges and like how it's and like immediately at first how it's kind of losing his mind on him, kind of like, you know, it's like, what do you, and then immediately you see the switch in both of them.
Oh no, something's wrong.
Yeah, the switch in both of them goes at like the exact same time, because Ochoa just suddenly just loses it and just starts going like full bore, and How's like, stop, Marines, stop, Marines.
Like, this is like the human in him is like, no, I can't. Something's going on. We need to fix it. We need to figure this out. This is not like him being just like disobedient. This is like, no. Yeah. That was not a good call. Like, something happened.
And
yeah, he dropped like a sack of potatoes, starts doing CPR, Cope calls, and then they're doing this thing, and then Sullivan comes in. I think it's Sullivan. He's like, pack up Ochoa's stuff, and he's like, what's wrong? Is he coming back? He's like, he's dead.
Yeah, he packed his stuff up to send it to his wife, or, you know, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, like,
yeah.
So yeah, like that, like that's one of the main, and that's episode 6. That's
heavy stuff.
That's 3/4 of the way through the series. Suddenly, just bang. That's the first big like, there we go sort of thing. It goes from there, and then I guess the point where they're doing the final testing at the end of it, and Jones is a sleepwalker and has just kind of wandered off into the swamp where there's gators.
But you don't know if he did that or he escaped, because he was also like, he wanted out. He wanted a medical discharge. He didn't want to get kicked out. He wanted the quote unquote honorable way out. He wanted out without being like penalized.
Like a medical discharge sort of thing.
Yeah, which it happens a lot. So he wanders off into the swamp. It's during the what do they call it? It's the final phase of boot camp, where it's like the gauntlet or something.
Yeah, all I'm seeing here is it says his face the final test, like none other.
Yeah, I can't remember. It has a certain name, so it's like 72 hours. The Crucible nonstop. There it is. And so it's like the final like night going into the final day of the Crucible. Jones wanders off, and Cope like tells everyone, and then Sullivan's like, I'm gonna go find him. He's like, I'm a recon marine, I'm gonna go find him. And then Cope's like, he's my battle buddy, I can't leave him.
Exactly. Like,
so he disobeys the order. Actually, Sullivan disobeys the order and tries to go find him, and then Cope disobeys an order and follows him to go find him. And eventually they find him. And he's broken leg, he's in a swamp, he's all messed up. And Sullivan's like, at this point, NCIS is on him. The captain knows about it. It was like, we're going to fix this. And then he goes to a bar fight, puts a guy in a coma, and he's like, no matter what, he's getting locked away. If they're not getting locked away, he's out of the Marines.
Yeah.
As soon as boot camp's over, he's out. And he just walks off into the sunset.
Yeah, just kind of. And then Copes gets like a ride back, and he's like, "No, ma'am, I want to finish this."
He carried Jones out of the woods.
Like, I want to finish what I started. So then he finishes it.
Just like, yep.
And it really, really cool moment where like he's marching, he's doing his thing, and then he sees everyone waiting for him, kind of at the finish line, sort of thing, and he kind of like, "Ma'am, like permission to
speed it up.
To just send it. And she's like, permission granted. He just takes off.
And she's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, like actually that was I liked that. I thought that was a really cool moment. And then the end of the show is they're all now Marines. They're all Marines. Boom, boom. We find out the Cope is actually 17, not 18.
Guess shocker, his mom lied about something. She's like, I didn't want to take care of him anymore, so I forged his birthday so he could start school early.
Yeah, and it's shocking. Shocking.
And they're like, he didn't know, I lied, which is good. She said that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, this is your way out of the Marines. Like, you're not old enough. You didn't have permission to be here. So like, this is like your way out. This is on me. Like, you can get out honorably. And he's like, no, you're going to sign this.
Yeah. Yeah. No, like, like, please sign this. Like, no, you're going to sign this. And then it ends with them all in a bar, hanging out, getting shitty. Hey, we're all Marines. Everyone's now buddy with each other, and then suddenly on the TV comes up, and it's
the start of the Gulf War.
Yeah, and it's like, oh shit! Like it's funny because like you only see it with Cope and Ray, but their faces are kind of like, oh, we're actually going to be like.
He's like, oh, this isn't summer camp anymore.
Yeah, like we're actually gonna go like there, like like that sort of thing. And that's kind of the show. We missed out some parts. We just kind of hitting on the main stuff. But overall, though, like we said, fantastic show. Actually, a very surprising, watch. Yeah. To be fair.
I didn't even bring it up. One of my favorite characters, Hicks. Was the crazy guy with the snake.
Yes. The one that's kind of the batshit
there's like this,
kind of.
Yeah, there's the one crazy guy. He always had a crazy face. He was always smiling. He kind of was like a wild card.
What's it like to kill someone?
Yeah, he always messes with everyone. And then even the first day, he steals Cope's boot. Or was it Cope? He stole someone's boots.
He stole
someone's
boot. Yeah.
I don't remember who it was. He stole someone's boots. And then right away, the drill instructors sniffed that out. So he got the one guy with no boots got punished. Then he got punished. And it was this whole thing. And he's just kind of this wild card. He's always down to mess with someone. And I don't know. I liked him. Crazy.
The way that he played the character was very good because it was straight up just kind of like I want to be a Marine to kill people, sort of that sort of psycho, kind of crazy guy. And like I said, he played the role perfectly. Yeah.
His real name is Angus. Shout out Angus. Angus O'Brien.
Angus O'Brien.
It's such an Irish name.
But yeah. So that's Boots.
Boots. Very, very, very happy with it.
Yeah. For us, just kind of randomly being like, oh yeah, let's throw this on. What's this about? And then being like, oh, this is kind of cool. To us then binge watching, 8 episodes.
Yeah.
So, Boots. And it's new. It released in October 9th. So they released.
I think it came out the day, the day we watched it.
That's probably why we started watching it, is because it said it was brand new, and we're like, oh, brand new. Let's see what this is about.
Brand new. Let's check it out. Let's throw something on.
So yeah. Boots. Go watch it. At least give it a chance. Give the first episode a chance. If you like it, send it. Because it only gets better from there.
It's a heavy watch at times. Even though, you know what, I will say, sometimes when something's super heavy, you have to take it in pieces. We were just throw another one on. I need to see what happens. I need to see him get through this.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can agree with that. I mean, that's one of those things. I think the way we did it was fine because we watched 2 episodes, then we watched 3 episodes, then we watched 2 episodes. One. No, we watched two. No, because we only watched one.
We started Friday, finished Sunday, and we watched it Friday, 3. Saturday,
That's
what
Sunday. We watched 2 episodes Friday night. Saturday morning we watched 3 episodes. Saturday night we watched 2 episodes, and we finished it Sunday morning.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Because it was 12:30 or 1:30 or something like that. And we're like, do we just finish it now? And you were like, no, we're gonna watch. We're gonna eat breakfast and watch it. Because I remember you saying that. You're like, no, we're gonna watch it in the morning. And then we're gonna take him home, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we have to finish it.
Yeah, no, give it
spam.
Spam.
It's spam yesterday.
Love that. Give Boots a chance. It's an intro.
It's good.
It's a good watch. next week, I don't know what we're going to be reviewing, but technically, I guess it would be your pick.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I did Velocipaster. We both wanted to see Tron. This just kind of randomly fell into our laps. So now it's your pick for a movie or a show.
I guess I kind of have to pick something Halloween because it is Halloween coming up. It's like that weird thing with Halloween's like not next weekend, but it's the Thursday after.
Yeah, so it's the Friday. Not this upcoming Friday, but the following Friday.
Yeah.
And then we get into November, and in November there is a show on Netflix that I'm gonna have to figure out how the hell I'm gonna watch it. But Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein comes out.
A show?
It's either a show or a movie. I think it might be a movie now that I say it out loud. I think it's a movie.
You have my Netflix still, or we'll have to figure that out.
Yeah, we'll just have to figure it out. But that comes out.
That's Netflix?
Yes. Frankenstein, Netflix. It's a movie. It's 2.5 hours long. It's Guillermo del Toro. Oscar Isaac is Victor Frankenstein.
Jacob Elordi's Frankenstein. The creature, sorry.
Christopher Waltz is Henrik Hardland.
We got Mia Goth, our horror baddie of late. Charles Dance, who's been a ton.
Like I said, November 7th it comes out apparently. See, I didn't even know what the date was. I just knew it was in November. So
I feel like they should have pushed that up like the week before.
Yeah, right.
They have a crazy cast. They have Filch from Harry Potter. They have Ralph Ineson, who's been in a ton of stuff. They have Bern Gorman, who's always like a bad guy, and he's been in a ton of stuff. I couldn't have told you that was his name, but that's him. I know him.
Lauren Collins. Why does that name sound familiar? The Strain, the lead. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different Collins then. Lars
Mikkelsen, is that Mads Mikkelsen's brother? Probably. It looks just like him.
Lars? Yeah, it's probably one of the Mikkelsens.
Yeah, he's Mads Mikkelsen's brother. Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, what are the chances of that? Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen's brother's in it. Mads is awesome, so I don't imagine it's like maybe it's one of those Skarsgård family things.
So I just scrolling down, just looking to see if I can see anything interesting for this one. It was announced that the dude that's doing the score for this also worked with Del Toro on The Shape of Water and Pinocchio.
I didn't see Pinocchio.
Neither did I.
But it's Guillermo del Toro, so I mean, it's going to be weird.
Yeah, it's going to be weird. It should be good. Outside of that, though, the only other one that we can really say is December potentially. I still haven't locked that in with Booba yet, but if me and Booba do it, I'm assuming that you'll probably just roll on over to Smitty's and see it with us, like last year, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Oh yeah, he'll do that. I mean, Smitty's just 20 minutes away. It's an easy drive for me.
Yeah. See.
So
boom. So we do that as well. So that's the only guarantees that we can give you guys for the rest of the year. But as we've been talking more, we're doing more just random ass shit. So expect some random ass shit. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, after whatever DeNutte picks, I'm gonna be finding some random shit on Amazon that we're gonna watch. Actually, I know what. I already know the one we're gonna do. I don't know what the name of it is. It's the Jim Carrey one that we were gonna do like freaking 3 months ago.
1401.
Dark Crimes.
Oh, that's a newer one, right?
I think so. I think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, 10 years ago.
But still.
Yeah. But a dark Jim Carrey movie. Don't get a whole lot of those.
Exactly. So, to date, it's Jim Carrey's most recent film outside of Sonic. It holds a 0% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
0.
That's what it says here.
Oh my God. It's got 4.6 on IMDb. Not good.
Perfect.
Oof. All right. I've not even heard of this director, Alexandros Arvanas.
Yeah, literally, it has a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm looking at it right now. It has a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes for the critics, and for the popcorn, it has a 32.
I've not even heard of any of these movies he's directed. Quiet Life, Love Me Not, Miss Violence, Without. But it's not his lowest. Dark Crimes is his second lowest rated movie.
Well, there we go.
Oh, he's a Russian director. Interesting. That's probably why. He did Russian movies.
Oh, okay. All right, so anything left to note that you got for everyone?
Go watch Boots.
Go watch Boots.
It's great.
Good.
Maybe you open up your eyes. The world.
Well, thank y'all for stopping by and hanging out today. We appreciate it as always, and depending on where you are, morning, afternoon, even night. Stay out of trouble, stay safe, and we'll talk to y'all later. Okay, bye.